What's up, gear junkies? Paul from Arrowhead here. It's been a while since I've done a video, actually a long while, and I figured it was about time to get back after it. We've been real busy the last few years in the shop and at home, and I've gotten a lot of questions that a video helps make a little easier to understand a piece of gear. So I figured today was a great day. Come out in the woods and check out some equipment. Today I've got some Bushman hammock chairs, some Kickback chairs, and Airwave hammock chairs. Brought my gear bag, and we're gonna check out a few things, compare some of the stuff, talk about some of the differences, and how we set them up. So let's get into it. All right, let's take a quick look at some of these fabric colors and options up close. Starting with the Bushman fabric in the 1.2 mountain fabric. And you can kind of see that diamond ripstop grid and blue. There's the gray and the olive green. Then we have the Airwave fabric in that true teal. And a little different ripstop pattern on that, but a real nice fabric, a little heavier. And then we go to the 1.7 mountain fabric for the Kickback chairs. There's our sage, blue, orange, purple. All right, let's take a look at setting up a hammock chair real quick. Every chair is going to come in a stuff sack. We include a set of whoopee slings, a set of 1-inch tree straps that have loops on each end, and then of course the chair. Now, as an optional add-on, you can add a pair of hammock suspension carabiners. We don't include these just because so many folks have carabiners already, or they have a preference on the kind that they like. To get started with the setup, I'm going to pull the hammock chair all the way out of the stuff sack. I'm going to take my whoopee sling and I'm going to feed it through the end channel of the hammock. This is pretty straightforward. Just slide the fixed loop, a smaller loop, on the sling right through the end of the hammock channel. And when I get to the end here and I have a loop sticking out the end of the hammock, I'm going to take and pull the sling through that loop, creating a lark's head, and then I'm going to just pull that tight. Let's do it a little closer up for this next end. Again, I'm going to grab the fixed loop end of my whoopee sling, has the tail, and then I have the large loop here. That's when I go up to my suspension. I'm going to take that loop, I'm going to just feed that into the end channel here on the hammock chair and pass that loop all the way to the far end. When that comes out, I take the rest of the sling and I pass it through that loop, pull all the slack out, creating that lark's head there in the end of the chair. Let's pick a couple trees. This one looks okay, as does this guy over here. I'm going to start off with my strap, just as I would hang any other hammock, wrap it around, passing the strap through one side of the fixed loop. I'm going to do the same to my other tree with the other strap. Wrap it around, pass it through, cinch it down. I'll grab my carabiners and attach them to the straps. And then I'm going to grab the slings on my chair and attach them to the carabiner through the large loop. I'm going to go ahead and take out a little slack here and attach to the second tree. Again, take out some slack from the sling. And I'm going to adjust those slings and raise or lower the straps until I have the chair sitting where I want it to. Okay, now that I've got my suspension connected to the trees on either end and I've adjusted my whoopee slings, I've got the chair set up here in just regular kind of hammock mode. This would be the way you'd use it if you wanted to use it as a gear hammock. If, say, it's raining and the ground is wet and muddy and I want to set my pack in here, keep it off the ground, keep any of my other gear dry throughout the night, I can hang it higher under my tarp above my hammock and use it as a gear loft if I want to be able to reach up in there, set stuff in, say a water bottle or other things that I might want to reach and get to during the night. This works perfect as a gear loft. And then from there, of course, I can use it as a chair as it's intended. So I'm going to hop over here. This is a good height. Set up kind of at chair height so that I can sit down and use it just as a regular hammock, but nice compact one. So this is great if, say, I'm stopped on the trail and want to cook a meal. I have access right here to my cooking equipment, and I want to rummage in my pack. This is great height for that. Put my shoes on in the morning. I can get to them easy and just use it like that. I can, of course, kind of recline and lay back here and take it easy. Works perfect as just a spot to lounge. But now I'd like to show you how to use the chair in my favorite configuration, which I think is the most comfortable, and that's to use it in what I'd call recliner mode. So I want to make some adjustments to how the suspension's angled and adjust the position of the chair here so that we can get a little bit more comfortable seating. So first off, I'm going to come on this end and I'm going to loosen this sling up a ways. I'm going to put some more slack in that one. Then I'm going to come to my other end here, and I need to shorten it up, but I've got pretty little room here with this sling already. So what I'm going to do is start off with the strap. So I'm going to wrap that around. First I'm going to raise it up the tree a little bit higher, get that a little bit above head height, and I'm going to wrap that strap around a second time and pass it through the loop again. Once I've got that kind of shortened up, I can clip my carabiner back in place. And now I'll loosen this sling up a little bit, actually. And then we'll come over here to this one and make it a little looser as well. And kind of back and forth, but we'll adjust that and make that secure. And as you can see, now the chair's sitting at a pretty steep angle. And that's exactly what I want. I can step over the slings here, spread the hammock out, and sit down, and now I'm reclined. The chair acts as a sling under me, holds me in place. I can get my shoulders in if I want to, or I can keep them out, whatever's comfortable. But I can also put my feet up and just relax here. As you can see, I'm able to get a great view out of the scenery around me. My back's supported, and I can relax. I can lean back. And there's been more than one time on the trail that I've fallen asleep right like this. All right, next we're going to take a quick look at the Kickback hammock chair. It's extremely similar, sets up the same way. You're going to use all the same sort of configuration for how you're going to rig the chair and your seating options. But the Kickback's just a little bit larger, the fabric. The 1.7 fabric comes in a little bit wider than what's available for the Bushman or the Airwave. So we're able to get a taller chair, wider chair, slightly bigger hammock space to it. I've got this one set up in the same sort of recliner position where I've got my head end a little bit higher, my foot end lowered, and I can lean back and relax in the chair. So we'll sit down, same way, grab both sides, and just kind of sit down into that low spot in the pocket at the bottom. Like I say, the Kickback chair is a little bit larger, so you've got a little bit more roominess to the fabric here. And that means if you're broader in the shoulders, or anywhere else, you've got a little bit more space in the chair. If you're a taller guy or your weight limit is up there, the Kickback gives you a little bit more margin there. Again, I can put my feet up and relax. I can lay back, and I've got full support on my lower back and up into my shoulders when I lean back like this. Gives me a real comfortable spot to take a few minutes break. All right, let's check out the Airwave hammock chair. It is a great option in our lineup. That fabric is a super unique fabric. It's got a very soft feel, but it's also a very nice heavy-duty fabric. It's a 1.8 ounce ripstop fabric that comes in a lot of really great options and colors. The teal is one of the most popular, actually, and for good reason. It's a real nice, bright, vivid blue kind of teal, deep teal color. And I've got it set up again with the head end higher, the foot end strung out close to level in this particular setup. Again, reach back, grab both sides, sit down, spread the fabric out as needed. And from there, it's real easy to sit, recline, and enjoy your spot in camp. You can tuck your shoulders in again if you like. If you kind of prefer that more wrapped around feel, and you can just kind of nestle right back in there, or again pull those back and put them behind your shoulder blades, and you're able to get out. You can reach for stuff. I can, from this position, real easy, I can sit up a little bit, slide back, and I can work with camp stove if I'm cooking, dig in my pack. Real easy spot to put your shoes on and off from. And really comfortable spot to sit. Be sure and check out the Airwave option in the hammock chairs. Well, I hope that helps give you a good idea about the hammock chairs, some of the options, the colors that we have available to Arrowhead equipment. I think we've got a really great lineup in the hammock chairs right now. They're a great add-on to whether it's your day pack, your fishing pack, your backpacking gear, your car camping gear. Just about any time you can find a spot to kick back, relax, put your feet up, and enjoy nature around you. I hope to see you guys out on the trail. Right now, I've got to get back to the shop because we have orders that need made. Have a great day.